Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. It's the day of devastation here on the DevasiaMentality. Returning to you with the final bit of Transformers Fall of Cybertron. The final bout between Optimus Prime and Megatron. Let's first see who's gonna win in this epic duel of the ages.
Epic duel of quick time events?
Partially, but nevertheless, it is one of those things where you just can't help but love this as a final battle to all the rest of the game compared to fighting Trypticon or Omega Supreme in War for Cybertron. This is just so much more satisfying to have Prime versus Megatron in my eyes.
But anyway, let's get into the commentary here. Oh, Megatron is pushing for it. He's gonna put Prime down. Oh, that's gotta hurt. He's one hefty gladiator from Kaon, isn't he? Going straight for all the headshots, over and over and over again. Oh, but Prime
he's at his
quickly
donuts.
Reversing everything, but that doesn't mean that that's going to be the end for Megatron, even in the slightest. Even though the ship around him is coming down in pieces, Prime don't care, and apparently neither does Megatron. Ooh, dodge that one like a pro champion at everything, I guess.
Why does Prime got a silly sword? Why doesn't he have an axe? And why doesn't Megatron have a flail? Eh?
Because sword fights are more epic.
You knock that Prime down right in the face. Oh, but Prime reverses it and stabs Megatron with his own sword. Oh, but the Emperor of Destruction does not give a damn at all. And he's just taking it like a champ, beating Prime. Oh! Riot gun to the face! The king from Kaon knows how to put the...
How you put a band-aid on it? That's what he did. He put a band-aid on it.
Well, all it did was clip through his character model. You know, wrestling is all fake.
Yeah, man. Don't you know?
But those spinning attacks of Optimus Primes are causing some sort of problem for the King Emperor of Kaon. But you know, he don't care. He keeps bringing the hurt. Ooh! This could be it. Looks like the end of Optimus Prime. Megatron wins. Fatality. Or does he?
Wait Find out this Sunday night!
Wait a minute!
This is Megatron, leader of the Decepticons. And if you are hearing this, it means I failed.
What was it? Can we get that again? Oh no! Looks like time has decided to reset itself in Optimus Prime's favor. Now we get to see things from his perspective, how the battle probably should have gone. Despite being little more than a librarian from Iacon, looks like Optimus Prime is actually more battle-hardened than you'd expect.
I kind of prefer the cop angle, to be honest, but sure, librarian, fine, great.
Some people think it just makes him that much more noble to be a librarian who's sort of become more over the years because he's needed to. I prefer the cop angle because it kind of explains why he has this sort of attitude that he does about fighting, because it needs to be done. Though Megatron brings out the spin attack, Prime does not have any time to deal with that. You'd think he was Ultra Magnus or something, but no, this is definitely Optimus Prime. And even though Megatron tries to bring out his tank mode to give Optimus Prime a run for his money, it doesn't seem like Prime is willing to take a single shot from it. Ooh, and they're getting into a clash again, and Prime this time really pushing. And even though Megatron tries to reverse it, ooh! Pin him down by his arm and slamming his face into the ground. You wouldn't expect this of a data clerk like Orion Pax, now would you? Ship still coming to pieces around them. No matter what, they just will not quit.
Hey, Optimus Prime, why don't you use your gun? No.
don't know what Megatron was thinking there, just standing there and taking it. But hell, I'm not the gladiator from K-On! I don't know how he thinks. Actually, isn't he originally from Tarn? I think in the comics he claimed himself as being Megatron of Tarn, but he just made a name for himself in K-On! Although Megatron tried his tank mode once, he's decided to go for it again, this time. But Optimus Prime, like the previous times, isn't taking it. And now, Megatron may in fact be down for the count. Well, oh my god, that effect. Ooh! Is that it? Yep, that's it, folks. Looks like the fall of Cybertron is complete. And for the record, no matter who you pick as a character, this is going to be the ending either way.
This seems kind of fine anyway, so, Oh no! Time's out.
Ships fall to pieces. Not that the Ark wasn't falling apart to begin with during this whole fight. And are dragged into the space portal away from Cybertron orbit. To a place we may never know.
Unless you actually know how the freaking continuity was slapdashed together and all that.
Well, it was so slapdashed together that this event wasn't quite right by any stretch of the imagination. But anyway, that, folks, is basically the end of Fall of Cybertron from High Moon Studios. I hope you all enjoyed this Let's Play, or at least are letting it tide you over until Devastation comes along, which, if my calculations are correct, has been released today. And if it's in my possession today, I hope to have the very first part of it up before the end of the day.
But here's hoping, fingers crossed, guys.
And for anyone wondering why you're not hearing anything during this credit sequence, I made a promise right before I even started this Let's Play to mute it. Because Stanbush is a hack. I stand by that. And to be honest, this song and this version of the song is so overrated, I just don't care. So anyway, in conclusion, Fall of Cybertron. Probably my favorite Transformers game to revisit more than any other, because of its very cinematic way and the gameplay style switching. Brofist.
Thanks to the wife, husbands, and blah, blah, blah.
But not 100% convinced that this is absolute best Transformers game, but I'm hard-pressed to actually pick what I consider the best out of them all, because while there are a lot of games out there that have so many good qualities, much like this one, there are also some very other things that they just sort of fall short on that just don't keep them from being bests in any particular sense of what a Transformers game represents.
Yeah.
I like this one. I like to replay this one, but the limited character selection for the main story mode is... yeah.
Is there really a great Transformers game? Is there?
A lot of people are looking forward to having Devastation coming out and being just that, but it honestly has even fewer selectable characters out of the whole of the gigantic Transformers Generation 1 cast than Transformers Tataki did. So, I don't know.
Well,
we'll have to find out.
I'm not
also, the fact that you can't play as the Decepticons.
I'm not exactly... well, the DLCs...
I'm
not an optimist. I'm not an optimist.
I'm not saying... I'm not optimistic about this game, but I'm not necessarily pessimistic about it either. I expect it to deliver what you see up front, and perhaps a bit more. But
I may not be an optimist.
I'm not really optimistic about, things like the character selection and, for God's sake, the story written by Andy Shit.
But I am hungry.
Yeah, I'm sure we're all hungry, and we're gonna sate that hunger very soon, I hope. Assuming that, having pre-ordered the game, that it's going to show up on the day that it comes out. But you never know. Amazon is not always good about that.
Not always.
But anyway.
They're not on time. They're not on time.
They're not
like,
always on time.
They're not on time like the pizza man.
Yeah, but anyway. I hope you all have enjoyed watching this Let's Play to its end. And stay tuned. When Devastation gets into my hands, you will see it, and I hope that you stick around while I play through Devastation to, give me hints and suggestions as I go along, because community involvement is what I'm looking for with Devastation, if nothing else. So, again, thank you all for watching, and I will see you then!
I'm gonna get me some deep sausage pizza.
Oh, I knew you were gonna say it eventually, you son of a... Duh!